Welcome back to the channel Valuable Coins HD, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. Today, we're stepping into the world of coins that look ordinary at first glance but can hold secrets worth a fortune. The focus of our story is the United States of America Washington State $quarter coin from the year 2010. Most people might think a 2010 quarter is too modern to be valuable, but as you'll soon discover, some of these coins have shocked collectors and investors alike by reaching sky-high values. The Washington quarter has been around for nearly a century. First introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday, it quickly became a symbol of stability in American coinage. That noble profile of Washington on the obverse has remained a constant through decades of change. But what makes the quarter even more fascinating is how its reverse has evolved to tell America's story, state by state, landmark by landmark. Now let's move to the year 2010. This was a historic moment for coin collectors because it marked the very beginning of the America the Beautiful Quarters program. This ambitious initiative was designed to highlight the nation's most treasured parks, forests, and historic sites. The program would go on for more than a decade, but in 2010, the very first designs were released and they captured the imagination of coin lovers everywhere that year. 5 special quarters entered circulation, each with a reverse design honoring a different site: Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas, Yellowstone National Park in Wyoming, Yosemite National Park in California, Grand Canyon National Park in Arizona, and Mount Hood National Forest in Oregon. Each one was more than just a coin, it was a tiny piece of art, representing the natural beauty and historic grandeur of America. Collectors were thrilled by the launch. Suddenly, quarters were no longer just pocket change, they were miniature windows into the nation's natural and cultural heritage. And among these 2010 issues, certain coins began to stand out for reasons that went beyond their designs. Let's break down why the 2010 Washington State $quarter coin has become such a sensation in numismatic circles. The first factor is condition. Coins that come straight from the mint, untouched by circulation, retain their original luster and detail. Over time, these coins can achieve very high grades from professional grading services MS66, MS67, or even higher. When a 2010 quarter is discovered in such pristine condition, its value can climb exponentially compared to one that has been tossed around in pockets or change jars. The second factor is rarity. While millions of 2010 quarters were minted, not all were created equal. Some mint facilities produced fewer coins than others, and proof versions or special silver issues were minted in much smaller numbers. The lower the supply, the higher the demand from collectors who want to complete their sets. And when demand exceeds supply, prices soar. And then there's the most exciting factor of all: minting errors. Minting errors are like the golden tickets of coin collecting. These mistakes can include double die errors, off-center strikes, missing elements, or even coins struck on the wrong planchets. Instead of lowering a coin's value, these unique quirks make them incredibly desirable. Each error coin is one of a kind, and collectors are willing to pay huge sums to add them to their collections. Imagine this: you pull out a 2010 quarter and notice something odd. Maybe Washington's profile looks doubled, maybe the strike is off-center, or maybe the coin just looks different from the rest. That tiny detail could mean the difference between a regular quarter and one worth tens of thousands of dollars. That's the thrill of coin hunting, the possibility that a life-changing discovery could be hiding in plain sight. Collectors and investors are constantly on the lookout for these 2010 treasures. When they appear at auctions, the energy in the room is electric. Bids climb higher and higher as numismatists battle it out for ownership, each determined to secure a rare piece of history. By the time the gavel comes down, the final sale price can leave everyone stunned. And here's the exciting part: you don't need to be a millionaire to find one of these coins. They're not locked away in museums or exclusive collections. Many are still out there in circulation, hidden in rolls of quarters, in pocket change, or even in forgotten jars of coins tucked away in people's homes. The key is paying attention. The next time you get change at the store or visit the bank, take a close look at the quarters you receive. One of them might just hold the secret to an unbelievable payday. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much can a rare 2010 United States of America Washington State $quarter coin actually be worth? The answer is jaw-dropping. A rare example in pristine condition, or one with a unique and desirable minting error, has been valued at an incredible $43,500. Yes, you heard that right, $43,500 for a single quarter. An ordinary looking coin that most people would spend without hesitation has the potential to change someone's life. That's the magic of numismatics. It's not just about coins, it's about history, art, discovery, and the thrill of turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. So, the next time you come across a 2010 Washington quarter, don't be so quick to drop it in a machine or spend it on a snack. Look closely. Because hidden in those small details could be a treasure worth more than you ever imagined. Today, we're diving into one of the most fascinating stories in modern American coinage, the 2014 United States of America Washington State $quarter coin. At first glance, it might look like just another quarter you'd get back as change at the grocery store. But hidden among these coins are some incredible treasures that could turn an ordinary pocketful of change into a fortune. The Washington quarter is a coin with a legacy stretching back to 1932, when it was first struck to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design has changed and evolved over the decades, but Washington's proud profile on the obverse has remained a symbol of strength, leadership, and history. What makes the quarter truly remarkable is the way its reverse has been used as a canvas to tell America's story. By the year 2014, the America the Beautiful Quarters program was in full swing. This ambitious program, which began in 2010, was designed to celebrate the nation's most iconic landmarks, national parks, forests, historic monuments, and cultural sites. Each year, 5 new designs were released, and 2014 was no exception. That year, the designs honored Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, and Everglades National Park in Florida. Each of these coins wasn't just a piece of money, it was like holding a miniature piece of American history and natural beauty in your hand. Imagine having an entire collection of quarters that together tell the story of the country's most breathtaking places. That's the magic of the America the Beautiful series, and it's part of why collectors are so drawn to these coins. But beyond the beauty of the designs lies another story, one of rarity, errors, condition, and incredible value. You see, not every 2014 Washington quarter is the same. Some of them have details that make them highly sought after in the world of numismatics. One of the key factors that drives up the value of these coins is condition. Collectors prize coins that are as close as possible to their original mint state. That means sharp details, full luster, and no signs of wear. A coin graded at MS67 or MS68 can command astonishing prices at auction compared to one that has been in circulation and shows scratches or fading. Another factor is rarity. While millions of quarters were minted in 2014, not all of them were produced in equal numbers across the different U.S. mint facilities. Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco all struck these coins, but special issues, like silver proofs or low mintage runs, are much harder to find. And as any collector knows, rarity is one of the golden rules of value. And then we come to the most exciting part, minting errors. Error coins are like lightning in a bottle. They weren't supposed to exist, but when they slip through the cracks, they create unique and irreplaceable pieces. For the 2014 quarters, errors might include off-center strikes, double die obverse, missing elements, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. These are the coins that really make collectors' hearts race, because no two errors are exactly the same. Each one is truly one of a kind. Imagine this: you're sorting through your change one evening, and you notice a 2014 Washington quarter that just doesn't look right. Maybe the image looks doubled, maybe part of the design is missing, or maybe the strike is slightly off. That little detail, which might seem like a flaw, could actually be the very thing that transforms your quarter into a life-changing discovery. That's why coin hunting is so thrilling. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story can end with an unbelievable payday. Collectors know this, which is why they compete fiercely at auctions to secure rare examples. When one of these special 2014 quarters shows up for sale, the bids climb higher and higher, each collector eager to own a piece of history and rarity. The energy is electric, and by the time the auctioneer's gavel falls, the final price can leave jaws dropping. And here's the best part: you don't need to be a millionaire or have special connections to find one of these coins. They're out there, still in circulation, waiting to be discovered. They could be in coin rolls from the bank, in the change you get at a gas station, or even tucked away in an old jar of quarters you haven't touched in years. That's what makes this hobby so exciting. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. Now, I know you're wondering just how much money a rare 2014 Washington State $quarter coin can bring. After all, it's hard to believe that a coin worth 25 cents at face value could fetch such an incredible sum. But that's the beauty of numismatics, the ordinary can become extraordinary in the blink of an eye. So here it is, the rarest and most valuable examples of the 2014 United States of America Washington State $quarter coin have been valued at an astounding $30,400, yes, $30,400 for a single quarter. Think about that for a moment. A coin you could easily overlook, one that might slip through your fingers without a second thought, could actually be worth more than a brand new car. That's the magic of coins, their history, their beauty, and their hidden value. So the next time you receive a 2014 quarter, don't spend it without a second glance. Hold it up to the light, study the details, and imagine the possibilities. You could be holding a tiny treasure that carries within it both the story of America's beauty and the potential for an unforgettable reward. Today, we're uncovering the fascinating world of the 2016 United States of America Washington State $quarter coin. Now, don't be fooled by its ordinary appearance. This coin, which many people still use every day without a second thought, has secrets, stories, and surprises that could make it worth a small fortune. So stay tuned, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly why this 2016 quarter is so special and how much one of the rarest versions of it is actually worth. The Washington quarter is one of America's most iconic coins. Introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth, it replaced the standing Liberty quarter and quickly became one of the most widely circulated coins in the United States. Over the years, it has transformed from a simple tribute to the nation's first president into a series that tells the story of America itself. From the State Quarters program in 1999 to the National Park in America the Beautiful series in the 2010s, these coins have celebrated the landmarks, symbols, and heritage of the country. By 2016, the America the Beautiful Quarters program was in full stride, and collectors everywhere were eagerly awaiting each new design. That year, 5 breathtaking quarters were released, each highlighting a different site of cultural or natural significance: Shawnee National Forest in Illinois, Cumberland Gap National Historical Park in Kentucky, Harpers Ferry National Historical Park in West Virginia, Theodore Roosevelt National Park in North Dakota, and Fort Moultrie in South Carolina. These designs weren't just pretty images, they were miniature masterpieces, honoring the nation's history, natural beauty, and pioneering spirit. Each one represented a piece of America that millions of people could now carry in their pockets. For example, the Shawnee Quarter featured the iconic Camel Rock Formation, while the Harpers Ferry Quarter highlighted the historic John Brown's Fort. The details on these coins were carefully crafted, transforming simple change into works of art. But let's take a closer look at what makes the 2016 Washington Quarter series so compelling for collectors. The first factor is condition. As with nearly all coins, those that remain in pristine, mint-state condition are worth far more than those that have been used in everyday transactions. Collectors grade coins on a scale, and higher grade coins, MS67, MS68, or above, are where the real value starts to skyrocket. Imagine pulling a flawless quarter from circulation, one that has no scratches, marks, or signs of wear. That's the kind of discovery that gets a collector's heart racing. The second factor is rarity. While millions of quarters were struck across different mints in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, not all of them are equal. Special issues such as proof coins, silver proofs, and low mintage runs carry a much higher value. Proof coins, for example, are struck with extra care, creating sharp details and mirror-like surfaces that set them apart from ordinary circulation strikes. And when those proof coins happen to be preserved perfectly, their value increases even more. Then we have error coins, one of the most thrilling aspects of collecting. Error coins are mistakes that slipped through the minting process, and because of their uniqueness, collectors pay big money for them. A 2016 Washington quarter might have errors like a double die, an off-center strike, or missing elements. Sometimes, coins are struck on the wrong type of metal planchet, creating a truly one-of-a-kind piece. Error coins are fascinating because they tell the story of how a small oversight in production can create an extraordinary rarity. And now imagine this scenario: you're going through your spare change, and you come across a quarter from 2016. At first, you think nothing of it, but then you notice the details look a little unusual, maybe doubled lettering, a shift in the design, or even a shine that suggests it has never been touched by circulation. That's when the excitement begins, because you could be holding something worth far more than 25 cents. Collectors around the world are always searching for these hidden treasures. When a rare 2016 quarter comes up for auction, the energy in the room is electric. Bidders know they're not just competing for a coin, they're competing for history, artistry, and rarity. The price climbs higher and higher until one lucky collector secures the prize, sometimes for an amount that leaves everyone else stunned. This is why coin collecting is so addictive. Every coin has the potential to surprise you. Every pocketful of change could be hiding a gem. And when it comes to the 2016 Washington State $quarter coin, the possibilities are truly exciting. Now, I know what you're really waiting for: the value reveal. After all, this entire journey through the coin's history, design, rarity, and collector appeal has been leading up to one big question: just how much can a rare 2016 Washington quarter be worth? Well, here's the answer you've been waiting for. The most valuable examples of the 2016 United States of America Washington State $quarter coin have been sold for an astonishing $43,300. Yes, you heard that right, $43,300 for a single quarter that most people would spend without a second thought. Think about it. Something so small, something so ordinary, can hold a value that's absolutely life-changing. That's why collectors, treasure hunters, and coin enthusiasts like us never stop searching. Because the next coin you find could be the one that changes everything. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the story of the 2016 Washington State $quarter coin. If you enjoyed learning about this hidden treasure, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another coin adventure. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change, keep exploring, and who knows, the next fortune could be resting right in the palm of your hand.